الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back to Tajweed in 10 minutes. This is simplified rules of Tajweed for beginners. This video is lesson 4 on Huroofe Madda. In this video you will learn the letters of Huroofe Madda, when to stretch on Huroofe Madda, and the duration of mud on Huroofe Madda. What are the letters of Huroofe Madda? So the word huruf means letters, and the word madda means to stretch. So Huroofe Madda would mean to stretch on letters. Now what are these Huroofe Madda? The Huroofe Madda are 3: Alif Madda, Ya Madda, and Waw Madda. When do you stretch on these Huroofe Madda? So firstly we have to understand that there are the harakat zabar, fatha, zair, kasra, or pesh dhamma. Whenever these harakat appear and they come on a letter, on any letter, then do not stretch on the letter at all. So the time to stretch alif madda, when to stretch on alif madda, is when you see that there's a zabar, a fatha, and after that there's a alif. So if there's a zabar fatha before the alif, then you will stretch. So you have a letter, and on top of the letter there is a zabar fatha, and then you see the alif after it, then you will stretch alif madda. As you can see in these examples, that all the letters have zabar, and after the zabar there is alif, so you will stretch on the alif, and this is alif madda. For example, sin, and there's a zabar after it, sa, sa, ta, ha, and likewise to the end. Ya madda, when to stretch on ya madda? Again, if there is a zair kasra before ya, then you will stretch on the ya, and this is ya madda. So when you see a zair kasra, and then you see the letter, and when the letter, after the letter with a zair has a ya, then there's a ya madda. And as you can see in the example, all of these examples have a zair kasra, and after the zair kasra there's a ya. So all of these examples you will stretch b, g, she, ti, and likewise to the end. When to stretch on waw madda? So when there is a pesh dhamma before waw sakin. So you will see the letter, and on top of the letter you see the waw. On the letter you'll see the pesh dhamma, and after that you will see the waw, and then you will do the stretch. This is waw madda. So after a pesh there is a waw, and as you can see an example that each of these letters have a pesh, and after the pesh there is the waw. That is waw madda. For example, ghu, fu, ku, lu. So the huruf madda is alif madda if there's a zabar before alif letter. Ya madda if there's a zair before a ya. And waw madda is there's a pesh before a waw. So at the beginning I mentioned that zabar, zair, pesh on its own do not stretch. After a zabar you see a alif. After a zair you see a ya. After a pesh you see a waw. Then you will stretch. These are called huruf madda: alif madda, ya madda, waw madda. And you can practice on all of them with the zabar, zair, pesh. You get each letter, and with each letter you put alif or a ya or a waw. For example, ba, bu, bi, ta, tu, ti, tha, thu, thi. And you can practice like this with all the alphabetical order, all the letters in the Arabic alphabet. Duration of mud on huruf madda. Now the alif madda, waw madda, and the ya madda will be stretched for 1 second, one alif. As you can see the example of alif madda, that you have the word sadiqina, there's a zabar, and after the zabar there's a alif, so you will stretch it for 1 alif. Sadiqina, sadiqina. Ya Madda, again you stretch for one alif. As you can see in the example, Tajri min. There's a Zair and a Ya Sak. So you will stretch on the Ra with a Zair for one alif. Tajri min. And in the third example of Waw Madda, you will also stretch for one alif. As you can see in the example, there are two examples in this one word of Waw Madda. First one is Qaf, it's got a pesh, and after that there's a Waw. And the Lam has got a pesh, and after that there's a Waw. So in these both examples, you will stretch for one alif. فَسَيَقُولُونَ. These are the Huroofe Madda. For Alif Madda, Waw Madda, Ya Madda, and the Waw Madda, you will stretch for one alif. صَادِقِينَ تَجْرِي مِنْ فَسَيَقُولُونَ. And these are all the examples again of Alif Madda, where you have to stretch, Waw Madda, and Ya Madda. You can practice on each of these letters by stretching them for only one alif. I hope you have understood the Huroofe Madda, what are the Huroofe Madda, and how long to stretch the Huroofe Madda. In conclusion, there are three letters. They are Huroofe Madda, Alif Madda, Ya Madda, Waw Madda, and the time when to stretch on these huruf. The Alif Madda is if there is a Zabar, Fatha before Alif letter, then it is called Alif Madda. If there is a Zair, Kasra before a Ya, then it is called a Ya Madda. And if there is a Pesh, Dhamma before a Waw, then it is called a Waw Madda. Remember not to stretch on the Harakat, Zabar, Zair, Pesh at all. Otherwise, then this will become Lahne Jali, as it has been explained in the introduction of Tajweed video. And the duration of the mud on Huroofe Madda is that you will stretch for one alif only. I hope you have understood the rule on Huroofe Madda. Remember, this is a very simple video. For more intense lessons and for more advanced lesson, you will have to practice and learn by an experienced Qari. I hope you have understood and this video has been beneficial. Jazakallahu khairan wa ahsan al-jaza wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.